Good morning, everyone. There we go. Oh gosh. Okay, so I think you can see everything. Just looking to see what you can see, and I think you've got it here. So yeah, happy Monday. Isn't it Monday? Wow. The time's going so fast. Okay, so we're gonna give this a shot with something here. Another recipe that I have not done before. So yeah, so this will be really fun. I'm just gonna get this on, and so we're gonna start with a little making a crust, and so yeah. So since this is the week of Christmas, and so I thought, since people aren't really supposed to be going anywhere or doing anything, that you might as well get dressed up now. Because now's the time. So wear everything that you have in your closet for the next 2 weeks that makes you feel good. So, yes, so that's my way of celebrating and uplifting and being festive for this week. So hey everybody. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, we have what we're doing. We're gonna make a little crust here, like a pie crust kind of thing. We're going to add not too much of the gluten-free flour, and I'm just hoping, of course, everything's clean, right? You always want to have clean hands, clean utensils, clean hands, and all that kind of stuff. So I think, okay, this is 2 cups. I think I'm going to add 1 cup of the flour to this, and then what we're going to do is we're kind of trying to do kind of like a 2-to-1 thing with the coconut oil. So I'm just not really sure. I'm hesitating because I'm not really sure how this is going to go with the little blender here. So what we kind of want to do is get little chunks here of the coconut oil, and I'm sure there are many ways of doing this. And if you don't want to experiment with your food processor, you can certainly do this by hand. It's kind of like the old recipe of using, hey, good morning, Kathy. It's kind of like the old recipe, like a pie crust, which I was never ever good at. I never could make a decent pie crust, and so anyway, so this will be quite the experiment because I'm not good at this at all. But we're going to give it a try because that's what we do. This Facebook Live is all about experimenting with healthy foods, and also because I'm a certified herbalist and natural health consultant, that's actually what I do. Cooking is not what I do. This is not my professional job. And if you've seen this Facebook Live before, you'll know that. So this is about just playing with healthy foods, recipes, getting together, Facebook Live, and experimenting with some different things. And so just going to pulse this. Okay, and then we're going to add some more. I'm going to get a different utensil for doing that, though, because I think that, well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I always love the experimentation part. This blender is actually impresses me daily. It really does, or a food processor, whatever you want to call it. It really does impress me. It's quite the little thing. I have bought a few of them, and not been happy with most of them. So this one's really quite turning me on. So this is going to be, by the looks of things, slow and painful. So I'll entertain you while I'm doing this by just reminding you guys of staying healthy over the holiday season. And so we did a lot of things in the last couple weeks. We've done quite a few things with herbs and things from the kitchen that you can use. Maybe I'll add some more flour to that. Things that you can use to stay healthy. So make sure that you have on hand anything that you need. And I've heard from a few people that are living alone who kind of got caught off guard, you know, by surprise. I think that's working. So they kind of got caught off guard by surprise, and ended up with whatever, you know, whatever kind of flu-y thing, and didn't really have anything, you know, couldn't get to the store because they were by themselves, didn't have enough energy to go to the store and get anything, and you know, with all of the you know, help yourself kind of thing, and self-isolate and all that, makes it really difficult to go or to do anything if you think you have anything at all going on. So I've been discussing with people how important it is to be prepared and to have things at home that can help you if you do need to stay home and you aren't feeling well. You need to have things that are super, super easy that can help you and give you energy, and to help you to breathe better and feel better. So you want the hey Manette, good morning. Recap. Okay, what we're doing, you know what? I didn't even tell everyone what we're doing. I'm so busy doing it that I haven't said anything. This is my attempt at a plant-based lemon meringue pie. We'll see how it goes. I like I was saying, I'm no good at making pie crust at all whatsoever. And so I thought I'd give this a try because it's a new to me way of doing it. And this is simply gluten-free flour and coconut oil. So, you know, preferably you want the coconut oil to be fairly cold, you know, and that's really no problem right now because it is actually snowing outside here. I don't know if it is where everybody else is from, but it's snowing. So it's not super cold, but it's fairly cold, you know, cold in the house. So yeah, so with your clean hands and your clean everything, and what we're talking about is being prepared. While it's so painful to watch me here fooling around with this, talking about being prepared if you live by yourself and you happen to get sick, you know, and you're supposed to be not going anywhere doing anything. Like, make sure you have that you don't have to go running through your cupboard, and you won't have the energy, you know, from what I've heard. You know, make sure that you've got ginger handy, make sure that you've got garlic handy, make sure that you have, if you're using honey for the antibacterial, antiviral properties. Have a little, you know, like almost like a little Tupperware, a little basket of your teas and your things that are going to help you, so that you can easily take that basket and go, you know, wherever beside your bed and just grab it and go, so that you can take easily, without using a lot of energy, take your vitamin C, your vitamin D, your zinc, your everything, you know. So, because what I've heard is that, you know, if people do get brought down, catching something, you don't have the energy to really go and start making yourself a nice herbal tea and a nice, you know, this and a ginger this and a garlic that, and hunt through your cupboard for your vitamins and stuff like that. So if you're living alone, hey Darlene, good morning. If you're living alone, make sure you have like your little you know, kind of a first aid kit-ish thing together, and have it so that you can go and take it in a place that's convenient for you, where you're not running around too far, right? So we're gonna give this a little. Oh, I moved it off its thing. Okay, that's good enough. we're gonna see how this goes, and probably that's why I'm no good at making pie crust, because I'm like, don't have the patience for that. I have the patience for a lot of things, but I don't know. Pie crust and I just have never really managed to get to know each other very well. So, yeah, so definitely if you're living alone, make sure that you're prepared, because it's pretty tough, you know, even having someone come and bring you things to the door. From what I've heard, you know, your energy is just not there for anything much. And so even to the point where clean hands, everything clean. Even to the point where you don't even, you might want to even have a water kettle beside your bed kind of thing, you know, so that it's easy, or, you know, or a thermos or something like that. So okay, this might be a little too much crust. Okay, for those of you that are new to what I do, this is my experiment. This is my trying to. That's why you want to use your hands, because you really want to feel for those lumps of coconut oil, and if there's pretty big ones, then you kind of want to squish them down. So just squishing. Oh, and you're supposed to, apparently, which I didn't do, but I don't think it matters very much. You're supposed to add some. This is just going to be a really fun Christmas week of fun, and I mean, who knows, right? So you're supposed to add some salt and sugar. I don't want to add any sugar, and I don't really see the reason for adding salt, although I'm sure that there is a good reason for that, because you guys would know, the people that cook and do pie things for a living. Honestly, I guess it's just that week of Christmas, right? It's so untraditional right now, what's going on, and you have to, you know, there's just so much stress and everything. We're just going to have fun this weekend. That's it. That is my goal, is to have fun with everyone this week and just make it as crazy as it ever gets, which gets pretty crazy around here sometimes. I'm going to put this in the oven. Okay, so you put that in the oven for 15 minutes, and then, and then remind me, 15 minutes. Oh, we're boiling dry here. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down. I will add just a tiny bit more water, just so that it doesn't boil too dry, although that's not exactly what we're going to do here. So we're going to, we're just going to take a little bit of the flour off my hands with a clean cloth, and we're going to make our filling. So the filling's going to be, we're going to make lemon juice, and you know what? I'm turning this right off, because actually when we're making the meringue, we're going to not really want it hot at the beginning, so I'm going to turn that right off. I just didn't want to scorch the pan. Okay, what am I doing? Here I go. I'm getting all distracted. All right, so yes, so we're just going to have fun this week and try some really experimental things. And we did, we did a couple of fun things last week. I know I've been on a little bit of a dessert thing, and so that's been really good. Although I have to say the other recipes turned out really good too. So I'm just, I really do need to do more upper arm exercises. You know, I used to have one of those electric things, but this is good for you. It's good for me to try and squish some lemon juice out of here. So anyways, yeah, your lemons are also very alkalizing. Like, as far as lemons go, I know people think that they're acidic, you know, because it's acid, but when you have lemon juice in the body, it actually it neutralizes the acid in the body and creates an alkaline environment, which reduces pain and inflammation. So one of the things you can do for yourself that's super helpful is drinking fresh lemon juice, organic if you can. Lemon juice first thing in the morning with warm water, and it sets up an alkalinizing state for the body so that right away it starts reducing inflammation. I mean, it does so many things, helps with digestion, and so warm water and lemon juice is really good. It's also really good for anything respiratory, like if you're mucousy or whatever. So yeah, so it's really good to start your day with lemon juice if you can. I kind of alternate between lemon juice and chlorophyll. You know, we do a liquid chlorophyll every morning, first thing with water. You know, you really need to rehydrate in the morning. So you really need to have a big glass of warm water in the morning. And the reason that you want it warm is because first thing in the morning, well, anytime really, it's just not good for your body to drink ice cold drinks. It's just not. It even in the summer, it depending on how cold the drinks are, they actually kind of paralyze the mucous membranes of the throat and kind of stuns it because it's so cold. And believe it or not, that makes you more vulnerable to you know, throat issues and things going on with susceptibility, let's put it that way. And so you always really do want to have any of your drinks room temperature or higher. The other reason for that is that the cold water hits your stomach, and I don't know if you know, some people are just immune to it, I think, because they don't seem to notice, but I certainly do notice that if you drink something ice cold and it hits your stomach, then it feels uncomfortable. And the reason for that is that your body has to heat up that liquid before it can absorb it. So, you know, so it's just extra stress and irritation to the body to drink ice cold anything. So ideally in the morning especially, what you want to do is you want to drink a large glass of warm water or room temperature water. And what I do is I just turn the kettle on to where, you know, it starts up by the time I start the kettle first, and then I go get the glass, and then by the time I put the glass down, the water's, you know, above room temperature. Or hot water is amazing too. Like hot water is even better. So yeah, just really healing for the body, rehydrating. And so to that warm water, that room temperature water, I add chlorophyll, liquid chlorophyll, which is like the chlorophyll from the plants, which is very alkalizing, very healing, and reduces acids, irritation, pain, inflammation. It's just so helpful. Chlorophyll is like the lifeblood of the plants, and also very much a lifeblood for us as well. It's been years and years since I took the class on the difference between the chlorophyll and blood. Has similar, I can't remember. That was like 30 years ago when I took that course. Anyway, very similar to the composition of blood. And so, yeah, maybe somebody that will remember, you know what, this might work better if I just squeeze it by hand with both hands. So, so yeah, so make sure that you rehydrate in the morning, and lemon juice is so good, so alkalinizing. So I alternate between lemon juice with warm water in the morning and chlorophyll with warm water in the morning. And then the next thing that I do is greens, like a greens powder, and then you have your liquid greens. So it's like greens powder that has spirulina, chlorella. You know, it usually has things like beet and carrot and broccoli and all that kind of stuff too. So that you're really getting your full meal deal that's absorbed way more easily, alkalinizing, and also absorbed way more easily than anything else that you could eat. So it's like a supercharging your system first thing in the morning with, like, it's almost like having a big smoothie, which you can do that too. Have a big smoothie full of vegetables first thing in the morning, and greens. And the greens are the thing, right? They've got the dark leafy greens, have the magnesium, the calcium, the iron, everything that you need, manganese and all that stuff. So yeah, so I think the way to do this is to give a little squeeze first and then go like this. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, so that's really, really important, and that's one of the benefits of the lemon. So, unfortunately, we are going to ruin this lemon, super yummy, good for you lemon recipe by adding other things, but we're not going to add too terrible of things. What I am going to add is monk fruit, and so, you know what, I don't think I have enough. I'm supposed to get like, I don't know, 2 cups of lemon juice or something. I don't think this is going to happen with these little lemons. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't happen to have other lemon, organic lemon juice, you know, like something organic. I don't happen to have that. So we're going to see how far this goes. They might be like really skinny little lemon bars. That's okay too. We're always used to changing up the recipes here on this Facebook Live. We just go with the flow and don't worry about how things happen, because you can always change the recipe. Okay, so this did seem to separate my seeds pretty good. Try to not get the seeds in there. Hold on to that. Okay. All right, so we're going to use a little bit of zest too. And zest. Okay, yes. Zest is just, we're just going to add a little bit of this. A little bit more difficult to do this far away. Have I got it on the right side? Nothing's coming out. I think my cheese grater needs to be sharpened. Okay, we'll try the big part. Anything happening there? Oh my gosh, okay. I think I need muscle. Or these lemons are like super, super tough skin. Okay, there we go. I just needed to put more muscle into it. Okay, so let's grab a few of these. All right, we got our zest in there, and I think we have a seed in there too. So we're gonna take that out. Okay, all righty. So the next thing we're gonna do, we are going to, oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna add some coconut milk to this, and that's gonna thicken it up, and then also, what I'm going to use is monk fruit, because I don't want to, oh good, I have some instruction here. Oh good, oh that's awesome. Thank you for the description of the blood and the chlorophyll. It's been so long since I've done the, all the different nutrition and anatomy and physiology courses and everything. And so anyways, yeah, so what I'm going to do here next is turn this on a bit. We're going to use tapioca starch. I like tapioca starch way better than cornstarch, because I think that we get so much cornstarch. I don't have my little whisker here. We'll see what we can do without the whisker. Because we get so much corn in all of the products that we eat that I think that, you know, we're kind of like really getting way too much corn into our diets. And so if I'm going to do corn, I'd like to do it in the way of tortilla chips and popcorn. So, yeah. So we're just going to thicken this up. And I'm a terrible, you know, for this Facebook Live too, I'm a terrible one for measuring. I'm going to say that was a heaping tablespoon of the tapioca starch. And so I'm also going to add this coconut milk here to it. This is going to add a twist, right? So we're going to go with almost like a coconut lemon meringue, which is going to be super awesome. And then what we'll be doing is we'll be putting this in the fridge. I don't know. I've never made coconut, or I've never made meringue before. So this is kind of going to be like a cross between a coconut lemon bar and a coconut meringue-ish. So, and that's what we do. We just fool around with recipes. Whoops, the fork went down in there, or the spoon. We just fool around with recipes and see what happens, and just really have fun and discuss different things about food and nutrition and things that are really helpful, which is making sure that your kitchen is well stocked with beneficial herbs and spices. I'm going to add a little bit more. I want this to be fairly thick. Okay, like that. I'm so bad for that. And then you wonder why the recipes don't turn out, but actually they do. If you want to see some really good recipes, really healthy 15-minute meals, go to my YouTube, and there are a couple hundred really good recipes that are 15-minute meals, super healthy, and they actually are structured as to being like how to do it and the real meal deal. Whereas the Facebook Live here is just about experimenting, having fun with just exploring stuff. And so anyway, it's time to add my monk fruit. Now the monk fruit is an actual fruit, right? So it's not, this is really good if you have people who have blood sugar issues, you know, like diabetes or whatever. This is really, really good because it is, it's a fruit, or sorry, it's a fruit. And so it's tolerated much better by people that have blood sugar issues. And the coconut sugar's also got a lower glycemic index, but of course you wouldn't put coconut sugar in here because it just wouldn't be, coconut sugar is like, it won't really melt down like that. It's a much coarser sugar, and it's also caramely tasting. So we're not really after that. We're after this. Okay, so we're just going to get this going. What you can do, and this is a little bit fun and funny, is add just a tiny, tiny bit of turmeric, just to bring in that yellowy orange flavor for like the lemons, because it's not that lemony looking. But you want to be careful with the turmeric because it is, it's a little bitter, and so you don't really want to bring too much bitterness into the recipe, especially when we're working with a dessert. But the turmeric is really nice because it does have that color. The turmeric has the curcumin in it. Turmeric's really good as an anti-inflammatory. It's really good for the immune system. Has so many, many, many healthy things. And so, okay, the other thing we're going to add, I think that's it. I think I'm just thinking if I should add some vanilla. I don't think I should add some vanilla. We're just going to let this thicken up, and we're going to check and see how our crust is doing and get this going. So we're going to just wait for this to thicken up. This is like the lemon part of the bar, so it'll be more like a lemon coconut bar. If you wanted to, you could add some coconut flakes to it, which would be really good and super yummy. One of the other things that I was thinking of doing, just to see how that, okay, we're thickening here, so I have to keep at it, is mulberries. You could add mulberries on top. You know, you could sprinkle coconut flakes in it or on top of the bars, and or you can do mulberries, which I'll show you the mulberries. They're kind of cute little things, and I know some people don't really know what they are. These are an actual berry from the mulberry bush, and so they're like a little, they look kind of, I guess that's why they call them mulberry. They look kind of mully. Are really good, chewy like a berry, and you could sprinkle these on top. So I'll do that after it's ready. Oh, we're thickening. So yeah, mulberries are really, really good for you too. All kinds of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, really, really good. And they have a nice flavor. So if you haven't tried them, it's kind of a neat thing. It's kind of a, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to describe it. It's like a concentrated blueberry, maybe? Concentrated between a blueberry and a raspberry. Okay, so you can see this is definitely thickening up, and I can smell my crust in the oven. So I will run and grab that and turn this off. I need another person here to just keep stirring this. I don't want it to get too thick. Okay, hang on. Let's see this crust. Okay, so crust is looking lovely-ish. For me, it's looking lovely because I'm so not a crust maker. Okay. Okay, now one thing I am going to do, I am going to try this because I don't work with the monk fruit a lot. So I do want to taste this just to see if I need a little bit more sweetener in it while I stir. Okay, stir that down. I do have it turned off. That's very lemony. More sweetener. So, yeah, so if you're not, I mean, you can use whatever kind of sugar you want if you want to use an organic, whatever, cane sugar or whatever you want to use. You know, you might even be able to use maple syrup. So whatever kind of sweetener that you want to use. And like I say, with the monk fruit, I'm not that used to using it, so I need another spoon. I go through so many spoons. Clean spoon to try. That lemon juice turned out better than I thought. We need more sugar. Keep doing it to taste. And so that's interesting because some of the monk sugar or the monk fruit, it's not a sugar at all, it's a fruit. Some of the brands that I bought have been super highly concentrated and kind of like almost like a icing sugar. And so I thought this one would be too, but this is a different brand that I bought. And I guess, you know, I guess certain companies take the monk fruit and do certain different things with it. So, okay, let's try this. Better. Okay, that's good. So we're just going to pour this over top. I did turn that off. I'm going to give it another stir here. Okay. So, yeah, so sweeten it to whatever your taste is. If you want it more sour or sweeter or whatever, go for that. And so we're just going to make sure this is off. Pour this on top evenly. And then we're going to put it in the fridge. You can put it in the fridge for like, well, at least 2 hours. But if you leave it in the fridge overnight, it will be even better. So, yeah, so you can do that too. And then this should firm up. We'll see. We'll see, right? Because this is an experiment. I've never done this before. We're just having fun making Christmas goodies. And so, whoops, so we'll see how that turns out. And I will let you know. Better not stick that in there. So, oh, the mulberries. Okay, so some mulberries on top. It's going to make it really interesting and fun. See, that one had the little stem on it. But that's okay. The little stems are just fine. So, I think I have one more here. Okay, mulberries. And then what you could do, I didn't actually bring any out right now. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do have some. Here we go. I do. I try and keep everything here in case I forget. And so that comes in ever so handy. Some coconut. There we go. Perfect. That is going to be awesome. Okay, so anyways, thanks you guys. That was really fun hanging out. Happy Monday. Hope you learned something watching me experiment with making things I've never made. And we will get together tomorrow morning at 11. I look forward to your comments and suggestions. I've had lots of suggestions for what to do this week for like Christmas goodies, and so we'll work with that too. Check out my Instagram, my YouTube channel, and share and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 11. Have a great day.